But I'm a student of don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, if the message is good, the message is good, you know? And so even though I don't identify as a Christian anymore, it's not like I'm not about to read the Bible. Like, the Bible lit, like, full of incredible messages in there. Have you read the book of Ezekiel? It's giving Arcanum 10 Wheel of Fortune, okay? Like, but it's, hey, we can get insights from anything, okay? I was just sitting in the grass the other day looking up at the cloud and saw the cloud morph in a different way, and I felt like, I was like, that's the message that I need to hear, you know what I mean? But I'm not about to say I'm no like cloud reader out here. If I get one more email, one more DM of y'all asking me to do a tarot deck, okay, I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it. I don't know if I've been avoiding the topic or if I've just been trying to figure out like the right words to say around it, because I feel like with tarot, there's just so much confusion and so much fear that I'm like, ooh, do I want this on my channel? Will people misunderstand where I'm coming from? I'm like, I don't know. But at this point, I'm like, whatever. Okay, I've been freeing myself from a lot of the fears that I have around showing up on this platform. And that has just been, that's just really given me the courage and the confidence and the empowerment to really show up in the highest version of myself. So I'm like, okay, let's do it, okay? Because I get so many emails about it and I'm like, man, like, is the universe trying to tell me something? Like, what's the real tea? Okay, here's number one why I will not be doing a tarot deck yet. And I say yet because I don't know what the future holds. Would I like to do a tarot deck at some point? To tell you the truth, no. And it's kind of because I don't read tarot. Like, I'm not a tarot reader. The thing is, I am a student of tarot. So before I get way too much on a tangent, first of all, let me give y'all I think that's a good place to start. Let me give y'all some context about who I am, okay? Look, first of all, welcome. If this is your first time visiting the channel, I'm Rude. I'm Miss Hamrick. You can call me AO. I'm a full-time artist working out here in Seattle, Washington. I love painting large-scale cosmic queens and all the colorful things, okay? I've been sharing on YouTube for maybe the past 2 years, all the vlogs and stuff. I'll link a playlist where y'all can check that out. But a lot of my work is inspired by like divine femininity, higher consciousness, spirituality, astrology, music, hip hop, like all the different layers. And so I think because, okay, so giving you context too, I recently finished up a Zodiac series that took 4 years to complete. And I think like since I did a Zodiac series, my audience loves astrology the same way I love astrology. And so I feel like the next step, what made sense was tarot. Now, one, I agree, because I've been studying tarot and I feel like I'm able to understand it so much more because I have an experience with astrology, and like literally I've been studying astrology for like years. And so I have a baseline fundamental understanding of tarot because a lot of it is rooted in astrology. Well, the sort of pop culture tarot has a lot of astrology connections. Now, since I don't have an original root in tarot, my basis I was raised as a church girl, y'all, like deep in the Christian church, okay? Kojic of all things, Church of God in Christ, all right? This was no makeup, this was long skirts, this was me being in the praise dance team. We was at church 3 to 5 days a week, okay? On the choir, usher board, pastor's aide. I literally played Jesus in the play, walking through the aisles with the cross, blood dripping, the crown, like the whole nine, okay? I was in 2 cotillions growing up. I had a cotillion when I graduated 8th grade and when I graduated high school. And so if you kind of deep in sort of Southern church, then cotillions are deeply rooted in faith-based organizations. So just give you a little context on me, okay? Your girl was deeply, deeply church girl. I don't identify as a Christian anymore, but man, now that I'm 33 too, okay? Like now that she is of Christ consciousness age, I have a newfound appreciation for Christianity, and maybe not the organized religion of Christianity itself. I have a deep level and appreciation and understanding of the Bible. I feel like the Bible is just rooted in so much esoteric mysticism if you really a student of mysticism, really. I mean, that's really kind of what it comes down to. But if you were raised in a traditional context where you might not understand, or you might take some of the stories literally for what they are, and you aren't familiar with like numerology and astrology and symbolism from like Egyptian tarot, then you might not fully understand everything that the Bible is saying, okay? Because Have you read the book of Ezekiel? It's giving Arcanum 10 Wheel of Fortune. Okay, like, but it's giving major Egyptian tarot vibes. But hey, look, first of all, I'm not here to convert anybody. Y'all believe what you believe, feel how you feel, live your best life. Okay. I'm not here to convert anybody on a journey. And as being somebody who was literally came out the womb, I might have been like baptized like 4 times. I don't know why you need to be baptized multiple times. I kind of do, but whatever. Okay. Look, my Christian voice is coming back. Actually, you need to recommit. Yeah. Okay. We get it, right? As somebody who was raised in the church, I have an understanding about the fear that is around the unknown. And I also have an understanding of how the church uses the tool of fear as a manipulation tactic. And I don't say that in a harmful way. I know manipulation can feel bad. I know it can feel like, oh, y'all, this is not me slandering the church. I'm actually super duper grateful for my Christian upbringing. And I think it gave me so much foundational knowledge for all the different esoteric mysticism that now I have an understanding of, because I know all the books of the Bible. Okay, like I was like, literally, y'all, we had to know it as a kid.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 Samuel, 2 Kings, 2 Kings. Like,
yeah, it was her. Okay, I get it. So because I have a very extensive understanding of the Bible, I'm very familiar with all the stories of the Bible, all the parables, all the different things, like all the visions that Jacob had, all the experiences that took place in the city of Jericho, Jacob's ladder, Joseph in the coat of many colors, I was raised on the stories, y'all. And I actually really love that about my childhood experience. And I feel like it really influenced my creativity and influenced my love for storytelling. I think it also has inspired me in my current creative process, where I literally want to tell a full story. That's why I love murals, and that's why I love painting big. And the more I've just been on my journey, I've been wanting to tell more of a story. And I just really want people to look at the piece and try to figure out what's going on here? What story is being told? And their sheep, the blood of the lamb, we're giving major Christian mysticism going on in there. So I can't deny my upbringing, and I'm really grateful for it. And I have no, you know how people talk about church hurt? I had a really incredible church. I truly did, y'all. I'm from the south side of Chicago, and my pastor, oh my God. First of all, we still cool to this day. There's no, yeah. First of all, love the church, okay? We'll always love the church, but I'm a student of history, and I know that, and I think child psychologists will also understand that you can't feed a baby a steak, and I feel like the stories in the Bible were perfect, pureed, soft, palatable things for the young mind. But they also included different ideas so that when you were transitioning on your journey of understanding of our universal consciousness and this entire sort of celestial universe, some of those stories and experiences that you had as a child from the stories you read in the Bible, now it just opens up a whole new layer. And that's really the stage that I'm in now. And it just makes me even appreciate my experiences even more. Okay, cool. Y'all get it, right? So that's a long way to say that never really was into tarot, never came from the church. So it was tarot, yeah, no, bad, right? So, but I, maybe about 3 years ago, learned about the Law of One. I first learned about the Law of One from the YouTuber Aaron Apke. And I talked about that in one of my art and spirituality videos. I'll also link his channel below because he has some incredible resources breaking down all the different aspects of the Law of One. So the Law of One, there's 5 different books, and the 4th book talks about tarot. And so let me not go into all that. I think that's steak. That's steak. And also some people might not be ready to dive into that, and that's totally fine. But just giving you context about what type of tarot that I study, and it's the Egyptian tarot that's taught by the Law of One in book 4. And why I really love that is because those were channel messages. And I think the issue now is that there's just so much distortion around tarot. And in the Law of One, they talk about that. There's so much distortion, first of all, in everything that we have now. when it comes down to the teachings of Jesus and Christ consciousness, it was like so many great messages throughout all of our ancient teachers and sages that have been distorted and have been used as tools to oppress, manipulate, and enslave people. And so I feel like, but I'm a student of don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like if the message is good, the message is good, you know? And so even though I don't identify as a Christian anymore, it's not like I'm not about to read the Bible. Like the Bible lit. Like there's full of incredible messages in there. But I also have an understanding that there's not like this man in the sky who's judging what I'm doing and like, oh, I have to be this, have to do that. Like, no, I'm a full awareness that I'm a manifestation of source energy, and that there's a whole lot of different layers to this existence that we don't have a full understanding of. And I also have gotten a level of comfort in knowing that I don't know everything. I'm not here to tell y'all that I know everything. I'm literally still a student on the journey of life. That's really what I've been studying. And so this is kind of connected back to what I was saying as to why I don't want to do a tarot deck. One, I'm not a tarot reader, but I am a student of tarot. And also what they talk about in the law, one, that tarot was never initially given to the Egyptians as a tool for divination. And so I feel like people are using tarot. They're using it as a tool that serves them the best, which I think is the most important. Like if you are, because first of all, we can get insights from anything. Okay. I was just sitting in the grass the other day looking up at the cloud and saw the cloud morph in a different way. And I felt like, I was like, that's the message that I need to hear. You know what I mean? But that also means I'm not about to say I'm no like cloud reader out here. It's just that we can find divine messages throughout our entire life. Every moment, everything around us is giving us divine messages every day. And so I don't have to only limit it to just when I have to pull a card in the morning to like tell me a certain message. You know, I think it's important for us to be tuned in and tapped into our own intuition and our own connection to source, especially in the sort of like new age community, which sure, I think I would consider myself a part of that community, but I also feel like what I see in that community is that people hopping from one tool to the next versus honoring their own inner voice. You know what I mean? And I think that's what disconnected me from Christianity, because it was like, oh, I had to go to this outside source for the information, knowing that, but when the ultimate truth is that I am that source is within me, and I don't have to like consult any entity outside of myself. It's just tuning in to the inner voice that's already resonant within my existence, you know? So it wasn't given as a tool for divination. Based on my readings, it seems to be more of a map of consciousness, a map of our collective existence, a map of the universe. And it's crazy because now I'm seeing how the Bible stories connect to tarot, how it connects to Abraham Hicks, Neville Goddard, numerology, astrology, Christ consciousness, the chakra systems of the Eastern school of thought. Like there's just so much, there's so many layers. Hermeticism, alchemy, Freemasons, like y'all, the symbolism is deep, and a lot of these schools of thought are saying the same thing, but they're saying it in different ways and using different stories and using different analogies and using different systems. And I think it's beautiful, but I think that there's a lot of ways for us to get confused, you know? And so I just don't want to add to the zeitgeist of more confusion. Of anything, I just want to share more light and share more clarity around the topic. So that's really why I feel like I probably won't do a tarot deck. Now the thing is, who knows? I don't know the future. I don't know what the future may hold. Maybe I'll feel that I want to bring that out, but I feel like to even do a tarot deck would also like me kind of endorsing using these cards as a tool. Now, first of all, they are a tool. Like they can be a tool. Like I watch tarot videos on YouTube. Okay. I feel like you can use any tool around you. And so that's why I don't want to shut off the source of like potentially doing a tarot deck, but just, yeah, I just don't see it being done anytime soon. Now, the thing is, I do want to do a tarot series. Like I do want to paint, 12 different major arcana and have them symbolize different things. But I also could see them incorporating even more messages than just tarot, like having sort of like Christian mysticism in it, having numerology in it, having astrology, having just like a whole lot of different messages. And so if y'all don't know, like I love life. Okay? I love mysticism. I love magic. I love surprises. I know there's some people who like don't like surprises. I'm like, surprise me, okay? Like we just down here playing, having fun, you know. And so I think the fun part of life is discovering, you know, like pulling back those layers. It makes me think about the show Watchmen, the one with Regina King. So like not the movie The Watchmen, but the show The Watchmen. Spoiler alert too. I'm gonna give some spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, if you want to see it, like maybe fast forward a little bit, couple seconds. But it makes me think about Mr. Manhattan, right? So like, you know, he was in love with Regina King, and so, but he's pretty much like God. He knows everything. He knows the future, the past. He can teleport through time, whatever. But that's not fun. When you in love, you know, it's like maybe your partner want to surprise you. Maybe they want to like give you something, like humor. Like part of what makes stuff funny is not knowing what's about to come next. It's like anticipating what they're about to say, but they say something completely different and you end up cracking up laughing. So it's like, if you know the future, it's like you can't even experience this life in the fullness of what it is if you already know what everything is. So like Mr. Manhattan put that ring in his third eye to forget who he truly is, you know? And so when I think about tarot, I think about Arcanum 1, the magician, and then Arcanum 2, which is the high priestess, but in Egyptian tarot, it's called veiled Isis. And so it's like, we put the veil between the truth that we are the creator, that we are source energy, so that we can come down and experience this life. The same way Mr. Manhattan put the ring in the third eye so that he could forget that he was this all-powerful being who could teleport through time and who knew the past and the future, so that he could have a genuine experience with his partner. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I just love that. And I think that's what makes life so amazing. Like we get to discover. So it's like, if we knew all the answers, what fun would that be? You know, like if we knew how the magic worked. Y'all, it was just show like revealing the secrets of magic or something on like TLC or something. It's getting dark again, y'all, but like what something like it was like revealing the secrets of magic or something. And I was like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? You know, it's like that's the fun part, like not knowing how it works, you know. So I just love mysticism. I love magic. And so I'm really leaning into that and feeling like just having the fun of life, the discovery of life, not feeling like I have to explain every single moment of every single detail. Like I want this to be a journey of 60, 70, 80 years where people like later in life can peel back the stories of my paintings and can slowly start to understand what I meant when I had this sheep or this many sheep or the river here, or like what the roses mean, or like why is there wool here, like what's going on, you know. Like I just love that, because I just love putting the pieces together, like just like y'all William Blake and the incredible paintings that he made. And like now first of all, he made those back in the 1800s, and like we're now talking about those paintings today and now discovering new stories and new hidden messages and how different things connect. And I think that's just so beautiful, and that's what makes life just worth living and so fun to experience. So I just want us to continue to peel back the layers. I'm not trying to convert you on your journey, because I have nothing to convert. I'm just a student of life. I'm a student of mysticism. I'm a student of magic. I'm a student of Christ consciousness. I'm a student of it all. And I'm just so grateful to be down here at this time, to be a tool, to be a vessel, to literally have come down on this planet with already the knowledge of, to already know how to paint. Like it's like I already know how to paint, and like now I get to discover and read and learn and explore and alchemize those stories and those lessons and those reflections and revelations through a painting. And so that later down the line, whenever somebody looks at that painting based on where they are in their life, they can pull different moments that can impact and transform their experience the most, you know? And so for me to tell you, or for me to try to explain it to you, or like break it down, or be like, oh, this is what's important. It's like, it'll come for the right person at the right time, you know? I could talk about this all day, and I see more of this coming in the future on my channel. So if you are interested, then make sure you stay tuned and subscribe. Let me know about y'all though. Like, I'm curious about y'all upbringing. Do y'all study tarot? Are y'all tarot readers? What's sort of your history with it? If you are new to tarot, there's literally nothing to be afraid of. It's like any other tool. You need to be informed, you need to be knowledgeable, you need to make sure that your spirit is feeling in alignment, okay? There are different things that you can do to protect yourself spiritually, but I think that applies to any sort of spiritual practice that you are operating with. You should do it with intentionality, and you should do it highly informed, okay? So, will a tarot deck come in the future? Who knows? Now, what I could see coming in the future is an affirmation deck, because y'all know I love affirmations, like the power of the word is real. It's giving more oracle deck vibes versus tarot deck. There was like a meme I had saw about like tarot deck versus oracle deck. People just have a lot of fear and confusion around tarot, which I think, is it warranted? I think it is warranted. I think having fear around tarot is warranted, because when you come from like a Western Christian-based culture, fear has been engineered. So yes, they've done a great job of having people be afraid. But I think that when somebody strategically uses fear as a weapon against a people or against a philosophy of thought, that is more of a reason for you to try to better understand, what is that institutional organization trying to hide from you? Why are they so afraid of this tool? There's something to ask. There's something to ask. Maybe it is a powerful tool that can actually help liberate quite a few people. quite a few people. But y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Clearly I have lost the light. Like it's just like a gloomy gray day out here in Seattle. But I would love to hear y'all thoughts about it. Stay tuned. We about to keep going there. If y'all are ready to go there with me, let's go. Let's do it. Thank y'all so much for being on the journey with me, and I look forward to see what the future holds for us all.